Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you about a framework to communicate your idea or your thoughts to an audience or even to use it in a conversation in the most productive way. So I will tell you about the Minto's pyramid principle, which provides us a simple structure to communicate, and it can also be used in writing as well. So we have always been taught to communicate our idea by first going into the detail, then showing our numbers, graphs, and showing our findings and reaching the conclusion at the end. But as per Minto principle, you need to flip this process. Minto's pyramid principle tells us to follow these steps when presenting or communicating our idea to an audience. So first is to provide the main takeaway or conclusion of our topic. Second is to tell the main key arguments and the main points to support our conclusion. And at the end, support your key arguments with more detailed information. So let's get into the detail to explain each of these topics with some examples. And if you've noticed, I'm already using Minto's pyramid principle to explain Minto's pyramid principle. So step number 1 is to tell the main takeaway or conclusion of your presentation. So we'll tell our main takeaway at first to capture the attention of our audiences, because attention spans are extremely less at this point of time, and it also gives our audiences a major context about what we are going to talk about, which helps them in understanding your presentation a lot more better when you give the detailed analysis in the next few steps. So for example, if I have to give a talk about how we were able to decrease the loading time of our app, then so hi team, we just completed optimizing our application and we were able to bring the loading time of our app from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Suppose giving the main takeaway of our talk. Step number 2 is to tell the main key points. So now we give the main points and the key arguments that support our conclusion. We still do not get too much into the detail, but our points should be short and they should explain the why behind our conclusion or our recommendation. So the main points which contributed to achieving a faster loading time for the application were: number 1, we decreased and we compressed the build size of the application. And secondly, we reduced the dependencies on external frameworks. And thirdly, we removed the expensive tasks out of the application. So now we're done with putting out the main points that support our conclusion. So point number 3 is to support our key points with detailed information. So in this step, we prove our key points with more detailed information that supports them. So we can give all kinds of graphs, numbers, or results that we would have ideally given in the first part of a presentation, but now we get into the detail in the last part of the presentation. So in case of, for example, of the faster application, we can now go into the detail and show the audience all the code snippets and the steps to prove each of our key points. So the best thing about explaining or communicating using the Minto's pyramid principle is that it gives a structure to our communication instead of us talking or blabbering in an unstructured way, which nobody understands usually. And sometimes when you're giving presentation to people in leadership positions, they are more time critical and they don't want to get into too much of details. They're just okay with knowing the conclusion and the key points, which also portrays you as being more respectful of their time, which helps you in the longer run. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and I found this framework really helpful in improving my communication as well, and you should try it too. So if you found this video helpful, then do subscribe to my channel, and until then, see you in next one.